So once we have their predicted stage, we're going to then administer the feature inventory to figure out what do they know and what don't they know within that stage. So you'll take their predicted stage, drop back one level, and administer the word features test. Let's say that I had a kid who was falling in the within word syllable juncture range. I could start with the within word list and give him these words. You can do this in small groups as well. I would do that. I'd pull all of my kids that needed to be given this feature inventory in that stage, give it to them all at the same time. If you have a kindergarten, second, fourth, or sixth grader, please use forms that are on pages 82, 85. If you have a first grader, third grader, or fifth grader, use Form B. We are doing that so that we have some variety, and that if kids are taking this screener again the next year, because they could be working in that developmental spelling level, for 2 or 3 years even. We don't want them to have to see the same words. So this just gives some variety if we do this this way. When you give this, you have to use the scoring form. Let me show you. Use these forms. Each word on this list is given for a specific reason. There's a specific word feature that you are assessing in that word. See how number 1 is broke. The glass broke when it fell. Broke. When they write broke, when they spell that on this form, you are really assessing them to see if they have feature I. Now, right now, you might be thinking, what the heck is feature I? It's all going to come together here in the end. Okay. Just make sure you use this form. All the forms are on page 366. Okay. In PD, we looked at page 97 in the book for an example, right? When they are done with this, they've written all those words down. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to tally the number of words they have completely spelled correctly. I usually go through and I just circle the words. I'll circle each of these if they got it right completely. Then I put that number at the top and circle it, and that's their stage score. That shows you how secure are they in that spelling stage. If it's 22 to 25, they are very competent and confident. They have a very firm understanding. If they are 12 to a 21, this is really a nice place for them to work. This is their zone of proximal development. They're going to have enough to learn, but it's not going to be too challenging. Anything below a 12, it's really just, there's too much unknown. Drop back to that next level and work with them and give them this same assessment with that lower level. And because there's probably some holes there that need to be filled and some things that they're missing in that spelling stage. Okay. We're going to continue to use this data to score them further. Right? Now we're going to actually look at what word features do they have. Okay. For this, I don't really care if they spelled the whole word correct. All I'm going to see is if they used that feature. Okay? Because we are going to be assessing them on 5 different word features that are very pertinent to that spelling stage. So to do that, you need to, let me see where that is. There is a page in the book. And I'm sorry I don't have that in this slideshow. It's one of the dangers of using this to kind of just as a refresher, but you want to look in that Word Journeys book and see where that chart is that shows you exactly what feature that you are assessing them on and if it is correct or not. I'm pulling out my Word Journeys right now as we speak, and I'm going to just look that up. Okay. For instance, if you were doing, if you were using this within Word, Form A, and the first word is patch. It's really checking to see, did they use TCH? As long as they have TCH in order, in that correct order, they could get a point for that feature I. The next word on the list is couch. It's checking to see if they have the OU. If they have couch spelled correctly, you can give them, not correctly, I'm sorry, if they spelled couch and used OU, you could circle the J as well. Now, the ones they had 100% spelled correctly that you already circled, you don't even have to check those because you know they had the feature because they spelled it right. So once you go through and double check, and for instance, the example I was just using is on page 87, then you're going to just count up how many of each of those features they had right. So I go through and I look at my F's. I count up how many F's did I have circled. I put the score down there. I do the same thing for G, H, I, J. Okay. Then I am going to know which features are they strong in, which features do they need help in. I take that information and I transfer it to this class record sheet. We have some of these in the room. There's also an electronic version. So you would just type in their name and you would plug in whatever their scores were here. What's nice about doing it this way, there will never be a 6 because there's only 5 features they're testing. You can click on here and grab it, and then you can move this line around so it makes it really nice and easy to group the kids, especially if you have a list of 25 kids or something in your class. Makes it easy to manipulate that data. So we tally them up on the paper that they wrote their answers on, then we transfer it to the class sheet. And that is pretty much it. From that class record sheet, you're going to see what groups you can make. You're going to see what you need to teach the kids. But as far as administering the DSA, that is it in a nutshell. I hope that this refresher helped you. If you have questions, of course, please stop back. I would love to get some input on it. I don't know if I have missed certain steps. If you have more questions, please let me know because that'll help me. I could redo this video for the 80th time and go from there. Okay, thanks, Alexis. Bye.